Hello everyone, this is Paige from Traditional Catholic Femininity. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thank you and welcome. And if you're returning here, welcome back. And Happy New Year to everybody. I hope your 2025 is going to be a year of amazing blessings, graces, protection, and favor from God, the Most High. Okay, so I thought this is my first video of the year, and the craziness and the busyness. I'm sure those of you who have families, you pretty much understand how crazy and busy things can get around the festive season. And so all of that has died down now. We are now, in the ordinary form of the Mass. We are now in ordinary time, but for us traditional Catholics, it's still Christmas until February 2nd, which is the presentation of our Lord. But anyway, so I thought I'll start this new year with not an Ask Paige series, but a tip, advice, if you like. And this tip is a feminine way for you to get stuff from a guy or make a guy do stuff for you or buy stuff for you. It can be any stuff, right? It doesn't really matter. But it's a feminine way to get him to do these things for you. And not just any guy. Obviously, it's going to be your husband or your fiance or a guy that you're dating and whom you are exclusive with. So here's a way to get him to do stuff for you, buy stuff for you, and and to do it in a feminine way. And it will also show you if he is a provider or a generous guy, because a lot of guys, they will kind of say all day long, I'm a provider, I'm a provider, I'm a provider, and they don't provide anything, right? But this is a way to kind of subtly and in a feminine manner find out, because we ladies, we should be looking at the man's actions and not just his words. I also have an article on my website. I think it is titled something like How to Know If He's a Provider or something like that. I will link that article below so you can read the article after you have listened to this video. So it's a very short tip. It's not going to be a very long video. I'll try and keep it really short. So here we go. So one thing, some men, especially men who are abusive, let's just say, or who want to try to neg you or make you feel bad about yourself. Or sometimes a good guy would do this too, but he's doing it in a teasing way. So he may complain about something that belongs to you, your clothes or the kind of clothes you wear, your shoes, your furniture maybe, your car, right? And stuff that is yours. So he may criticize it or complain about it or mock it in some way. Oh, your dining table is a little bit old-fashioned. Why do you have such a old or worn-out dining table or worn-out shoes? And if a guy does that, because some guys are neggers, they want to neg you to make you feel bad about yourself, but you should use that as an opportunity. Now, this would work in the short term, but in the long term, if a guy is constantly doing this to you and he's not following up with the actions that I'm going to mention now, he's an abuser. Just get rid of him, dump him. So here it is. If a guy complains about or mocks or criticizes your clothes, your hair, your furniture, your makeup, your bag, any possessions of yours, right? Just look at him calmly and say, okay, you're right. But what are you going to do about it? How are you going to fix it? So he's not going to expect that. He's going to be a bit dumbfounded, like, oh, because he's not expecting that. He's expecting you to defend yourself and say, no, I like my bag. I like my this. I like my jewelry. I like my dollar. Don't do any of that. Just say, okay, yeah, you're right. But what are you going to do about it? How are you going to fix it? So at this point, he will learn to either shut up about it, or if he's a good guy, if he's a provider, a generous guy, he would replace or upgrade the stuff that he's complaining about. You see, men are fixers. They like to feel useful. They like to feel like they are doing something for you, that you are that they are adding some kind of value to your life, right? So they like to have a quest. There you go. They like to have a quest. They like to fix something about you, fix your life. So this is a good way to see if he's masculine enough to do that. Only masculine men will do this, by the way. Feminine men, and men who are users and abusers and losers, they don't want to fix your life. They don't want to add value to your life. They don't want to improve on anything in your life. They want you to do that for them. They want the roles reversed. So stay away from those men. They are not, you want a tried masculine man, right? So you don't want those kind of men. So even if he doesn't complain about your stuff or criticizes it or mocks it in any way, you can test them, just wear some raggedy ass, I don't know, pair of shoes or tattered clothes, and if he says something about it, oh babe, what are you wearing? What is this? Oh wow, your watch is really, really old. Again, you respond exactly what I've just said. You're right. But what are you going to do about it? How are you going to fix it? You see, I used this I don't know if I want to call it a trick. It's not a trick because I didn't trick him into anything. I used this tactic, what have you, on most of the guys I dated. My ex-fiance, and my husband, when we were dating, and even before, and even now. Even now, when he would complain or something about, oh gosh, your car tires are looking a bit worn down. Yeah, baby, all right. Are you gonna fix it for me? And then he knows to fix it. He doesn't even ask now. Most stuff that he thinks needs to be replaced in the house, or maybe my pair of shoes are a bit worn, or I need a new bag, and he just knows what my answer would be, my husband. So he would just yeah, I noticed your bag was looking a bit rough, or I noticed you were running out of skincare. Yeah, I got some for you. I don't even need to ask him now. But at the beginning, when you're getting to know a guy, and that's the kind of guy my husband is anyway. He's a generous guy, and he's a provider. I don't have to go cap in hand like Oliver Twist, begging him, babe, could you give me some money? I need to buy stuff for myself. I don't need to do any of that. So when I hear of people who say they are in triad marriages and they have to ask or beg their husband, ew, I wouldn't even beg my dad like that, let alone a husband. Should be ashamed of yourself. That's not a triad marriage. Slavery. But in the beginning, when you're getting to know a guy and you want to find out if he's generous, if he's a fixer, if he's a provider, and if you want to continue wasting your time with him, because if he's none of the above, you're not going to get a triad provider marriage. You're most likely going to get used, abused, and tossed aside, and you want to get out of that relationship as quickly as possible. So a good way, because the dating phase, even the engagement phase, right up to the time you say your vows, this time period is the time when you should be testing a guy for virtue and testing to see, assessing to see if he is capable of having virtue and being a trad masculine man, and that is a man who is a provider and a protector. Because a man who's a protector, he wants to fix things for you in your life. It's not just about protecting you from wild beasts like these two brain cell red pill manosphere men want you to think. It's also about protecting you from just the little inconveniences of life as well, the little things. Because if he can't protect you from the little stuff, how's he gonna protect you from the big stuff, right? So, like I said, men are fixers. They like to feel useful, so let him have tasks and quests to do. Here's an example. When I was dating my husband before we got engaged, and he came to my place one day, and he was shocked because my cupboards were so empty. My food cupboards were empty, like not much food in there. I didn't have time to be eating, y'all. I was working and I was also studying, so food wasn't really much of a priority. And he was like really shocked and a little bit disgusted. He was like, oh, why don't you have any food in your house? And instead of feeling ashamed or trying to explain myself or go, but, or getting offended, I was like, you're right. My cupboards are really, really bare. What are you gonna do about it, hon? Are you gonna fix it? And literally that day we went out shopping together to the groceries, and he bought me my groceries for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks worth of groceries. And he did that at least 2 more times again before we got married. The 2 other times that he did it again, I didn't even ask him. He just, when he would come around to my place and he saw I was running low on stuff, he didn't say anything. He just, let's go shopping. Let's go get you some food. So, because he wanted to fix stuff for me, he wanted to do stuff for me. Another example, my ex-fiance. The fiance before I got married. So he was visiting my house one day and he noticed my garden was overgrown. And I didn't have a lawnmower at the time. I'm not really very good with like gardening equipment, especially machinery. I'm sorry to sound like a girl, but I am accident prone. So using garden, because I'm a bit clumsy. So using garden machinery just kind of terrifies me. I'm always worried I will sever it or something, so I just don't bother. I do try to get a gardener to come in now and again. But, sometimes, back then I didn't have a lot of money with me on me. I was working and I wasn't exactly wealthy or anything like that. So anyway, so he visited me at my place, and he was like, oh wow, your garden is really overgrown. Oh, you could have wild animals here. Oh my gosh, what about foxes and things like that, because we have foxes here in the UK. And I felt a little bit embarrassed, but I thought, yeah, you're right. What are you gonna do about it, huh? Are you gonna fix it for me? I goes, yeah, I'll fix it for you. And he mowed the lawn that day. Well, he went to like a friend's house, borrowed their lawnmower, mowed the lawn that day, and then I think within that month, within 4 weeks, he bought me a lawnmower. And he said, when I'm not here, you can use this. And he even showed me how to use it. But I was too terrified. I never used it. So every time he would come round to visit, then he would mow the lawn if it was a little bit overgrown, or I would get a gardener to come in and use the lawnmower. See? So I gave this advice to many women who kind of come to me privately to ask for like dating or relationship tips, and it works for them. Works for them. Babe, your shoes are like really old and scruffy. Okay, babe, what are you gonna do about it? They get a brand new pair of shoes. So this is how you know if the guy is a generous and a provider and a fixer, because a triad masculine man is a guy who wants to fix things for you, who wants to improve your life, who wants to make your life more comfortable. He doesn't want to see you struggle and suffer and sacrifice and all. He wants to sacrifice for you. So don't let any man put you down or criticize you for what you have or don't have. Put him to work. Okay? Just ask him, what does he plan to do about it? Because if he has no intentions of fixing the issue that he's whining and complaining and criticizing and moaning about, then there's no need for him to keep going on and on. And he'll either fix the problem for you or upgrade what you have, or he'll just shut the hell up and never mention it again. Either way, you win. And if he's the kind of guy that just, even though you've asked him that, he keeps going on and on and on and on, just dump him quietly, get rid of him. He's an idiot and he's never going to learn. He doesn't get it. That's a boy, not a man. Get rid of him. So I hope this tip helped, and I hope it helps you identify in a very feminine, subtle way a guy who is a man of virtue, because a man of virtue will never want to see you struggle or suffer or be inconvenienced. He would want to make your life comfortable, but let him bring it up. Don't go to him and say, babe, I need a Birkin bag, I need Louboutin shoes, I need this, I need that. No, the subtle feminine way is let him bring it up, and then give him an opportunity to fix it for you, to buy it for you, to upgrade that stuff for you. And then if he does, then you've got a generous provider in your hands, and he's a triad masculine guy who really cherishes you and wants to take care of you, and he loves you. And if he doesn't, then he's a selfish user, abuser, and a loser. Just get rid of him. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to have more videos coming for you guys. And I hope you're having a good, wonderful start to the new year. And I hope you have a really good week and weekend. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay protected. You are all in my prayers. I ask you and beg of you to give me your prayers as well. God bless you all. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Good night.